Alrighty, and we're back with another war video. This is the second war of the season, and I just played so god awful the first war of the season that we just decided to not record or not make a video on it. So this is second war of the season. You can see I'm on Path 9, which I actually really like running Path 9. But I haven't ran it for quite a few seasons. So we're going back to it. Not a lot of nodes have changed. Really, other than 26, which is a mini. On the way to the tier 2 Path 9 fights. But here we have a very safe fight with Captain Marvel movie. Against Hulkbuster. She has the armor breaks to get rid of his armor up, so he won't be placing that shock on us. Even if he does, that'll just feed our binary charges. So we're just playing this nice and slow. We're slowly building it up. And that just does a ton of damage. We really don't want to push him to that special 2, so we're just taking it really nice and safe here. We don't have Nick Fury along, so you can see our binary charges are going down pretty quickly compared to if we did have Nick. It's all good. Do we parry heavy to finish off the fight here? We have a nice double heavy there, and that'll finish the fight basically at a full yellow bar or close to it. And yeah, just a really clean, nice first fight here. Then moving on to the second path fight here, we have Nova. Yeah, I mean, the insult to injury would be a new node. I think the power focus is too, but yeah, really not a big deal at all. We're not going to be able to nullify his fury to stop all of his abilities from working, but it's all good. Yeah, we're already charged up, which is really nice. Starts us with a high power bar, and yeah. So in the first roar, I was running suicides, and I think just because of why am I blanking on the mastery? But basically, for every debuff, you don't heal as much. Despair mastery. I think a lot of my opponents were running 3 out of 3, and it was really just a potion drain. So I decided not to. So CMM could really be hitting a lot harder, but I'm not running recoil for her right now. So this is the mini. And since we're not immune to the incinerate, he's going to have that fury. But it's all fine. We're kind of hoping he didn't throw that special 2. And I'll just be able to finish him off. But we just block this special 2, evade the rest, and that's history. And with a nice heavy, we'll take those 3 charges onto our next fight here. So yeah, just a really clean, first 3 fights, tier 1. So this one is interesting. He is going to get that invisibility cloak up. As a owner of a rank 4 Strife, I know pretty well how his kit works. And he cannot make me miss when I'm in my specials. So I want to make sure either slow play when he gets to 5 and he could go invisible. Just want to be careful, or have a special ready to go right into him. So this first special 2 does a lot of damage. And then here we have an input on the special 2. I was trying to take the first hit on the block and then evade the rest. And you can see I think I blocked the first hit and just eat the rest somehow. So yeah, we're just trying to finish the fight here. And he's down. So we did take that special 2 hurt, but other than that, it went fairly clean. Now, originally, we were not going to take this Korg, but we do end up taking it, and I'm glad I did, because Nimrod is actually really, really good for this fight. All of his attacks are energy, so we're not going to be getting any damage reflect ever. I don't think. So, yeah, really safe fight. We have Wags, so he's not going to be shrugging off that stun, which is awesome. You're going to see me make actually quite a few mistakes. I think I eat a special 1, a special 2, and a special 3. So there's the special 1. But you can see the armors really are quite amazing with just how tanky they make Nimrod. So basically the idea of this fight is only throw L3s, since he's shock immune. We want to build to 10 charges or throw them, I believe, when we're in the orange protocol there. But other than that, just taking a look at how many block hits I've had, and every 10 he'll go unblockable. So we just want to make sure we're paying attention to that. Here we get rooted. That's really where when your block hits can go through the roof. And there we did see he was going to go unblockable. So yeah, we do eat some hits. But you can just see how tanky Nimrod is here. We take a bunch of hits. There we get the nice regen, which is really helpful. Couldn't have told you that was in the special 3, which just shows how many times I've used it, which is, I think, only one other time in war against Path 5 Thing, Ebb and Flow Knockdown. But that's beside the point. So you can see we're definitely winning. We're not going to time out or anything. And we're just going to bait this special 2 out. We're going to build to another special 3. Try to get our charges up to 10. And then when we go into our special, we're going to go into, both protocols at the same time. Here he throws the special 2. We get out of the way. I do make a mistake with pushing to a special 3. And as soon as I did it, I thought it might work. So you can see he's literally right under 2 bars of power. And it's the node that has the, basically gain a lot, basically double the amount of power until you're at those 2 bars. And since he was just under, he was basically gaining twice as much power from my special 3. So if I just would have had a blocked hit or another light hit, he would have been stuck just above 2 bars of power. But instead we just tanked the special 3, and it literally basically does nothing. So we're like, oh, cool. That's fine. That's great to know. Here he goes unblockable again. And I think I just lost track of my charges. Just wasn't doing a very good job of managing that. So here we get the full special 1 dex. I can do that in my sleep most times anyway. And we're just hoping this last special 3 will finish him off. We're waiting till he gets to those 2 bars of power before throwing it, so that we don't do what we did last time, even though this should kill. And I believe our first special 3 was thrown while his rock shield was up, so we didn't do much damage at all. So definitely wait till that's down before you throw it. But yeah, it's really nice to know that he can take that fight with ease. And here we have the I-Bomb on 26, which is a new node. When did they add it? A season ago or maybe it was 2 seasons ago. But yeah, we got the Bleed Shock, Hazardous Shift, Conflictor, and Crumbling Armor. And in my opinion, that just really, really gimps Guardian there. Kind of hate that Crumbling Armor node is there. But anyway, so this guy is also I-Bomb as an unsteady defender, which is you're going to see how that comes into effect. And along with that, if we have 5 debuffs, we have 100% chance to glance, which means no critical hits, and our offensive ability accuracy is reduced to 0 on those hits. So our special 2 stun will not land, and our special 2s, while we have all the Furies up, will not crit. And you see we're just willy-nilly throwing the special 2. He's at 7%. and he throws a special 3. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, why did none of my special 2 hits crit? Well, looking back at his fights, because I had more than 5 debuffs on me, and I had 0 chance to do a critical hit or to stun him. And yeah, that fight's very, very easy, very doable. You just got to be patient with it. Bait out those L1s and L2s. Just be careful with Conflictor, because he will be getting armor breaks on him, even if you do have Wags. I believe I do have Wags on here, the Wags pre-fight. But yeah, just a really, really stupid error. Yeah, I'm just really ticked off at myself for not, I guess, understanding the tactic, that second part of the tactic, which sometimes flies under the radar a little bit. All right, here, so we are bringing Nimrod in for this fight also. Toad is just a really annoying-ass defender. So anytime I can bring Nimrod against him, I will do that gladly. Now, we will start in the shock, so we'll just kind of avoid him until we get to the bleed part of that, which we are fully immune to, being a robot. So we just want to get space here. That would be great. If I was thinking more, I probably should have pushed him into the corners. That way he gets the regen. That way I can replace those with shock debuffs. I mean, I did back him up into the corner. I just didn't have that strategy going in, which I definitely is a very good strategy. So now we're back in shock. So just going to wait this out. This is also has one-eyed open, so we can't find our openings through stun. So yeah, we're still in bleed, working up to our special 2. That's really all we care about. Now we're back in the shock phase. We wait this out. So as you can see, just a lot of patiently waiting, only attacking half the time, but Nimrod is always in the control here. He's fully controlling this fight. We do get 1 shock debuff on us, which is fine. We just go in after this heavy, and this special 2 is going to kill him. So yeah, really, really, I mean, it takes patience. It takes confidence to, not attack during half of the fight. That's not built into your confidence unless you've experienced it. So it does take some, knowing what you're doing going into it. But other than that, it's a pretty simple fight. So here we have Vision. We're going to need to use her later. So we're like, okay, might as well just heal her up after that stupid death. Even though we have boost running, which is annoying. To take this Vision Arcus, who is also an unsteady ground defender, and you're going to see a lot of glancing action happen because while I do have the Odin pre-fights, which helps with the shock debuffs, which will also build our binary charges, we're getting those debuffs on ourselves, and that's going to glance basically all of our attacks. So, yeah, and those armors are starting to build, which will make our attacks just basically deal no damage since I'm not going to be doing critical hits. So yeah, it's a pretty brutal combination when you really think about how much those armor ups will mitigate the damage, and that will be 100% of the damage since I'm not going to be critting basically at all. So yeah, it's just it's a tough fight. We do start to make some progress here. There we evade the last part, which I am fairly confident in doing most of the time, as long as you're ready for it. I'm just trying to get him to throw that special 1. And he'll get that 4-second glancing debuff on us. So anytime we're attacking for that, we will obviously not be critting at all. And so, yeah, this is just a long fight where I'm not doing really any damage, and it's just getting really frustrating. I'll be honest, like halfway through the fight, I didn't even know what I was doing. Like I was just kind of going in. I get to my second special 2, and again, I just kind of forget that nothing's going to trigger. It's not going to do much damage, and we were fully expecting to die from this special 3. Yeah, we're like, oh, we have one more hit. This one's going to hurt. And we somehow survive. I was like, holy crap, how is this happening? So we're trying to get some adrenaline healing. We throw that special 1 for really no reason at all. So we're just trying to build some heavy, or do some heavies to get some of our binary charges from running out. There we whiff on a heavy and get super lucky that he doesn't counter us. Super lucky. That never happens in war. So you can see we are just going balls to the walls here. We don't know like what we're doing. We don't know how many debuffs are on us. We don't know really anything that's going on. And we managed to finish him off. He probably was at close to 50% when I was at like 5%. And I even told my whole BG, like, I honestly don't know how I won that fight. But we will take it. And then we go to just, not picture perfect, but, great counters. They fully counter everything in the node. Like Nimrod against Sauron. Who cares if he's on the 1% cap? Unblockable when a regen buff is on him. Nimrod's just going to absolutely destroy him. And I have that special 1 evade down pretty well. So even though I can block these special 2s, I'm choosing not to just because I like fully dexing everything, to be honest. So yeah, basically the name of this game, don't worry too much about your damage. It's mostly controlling about his prowess. And that means being in your orange protocol as much as you can. And hitting onto his block if he gets a couple prowess, that'll change him into shocks. All you need is contact. So here he throws another special 1. And that special 2 did a lot. And yeah, this is our last fight with Nimrod. We're not really worried about much. We, are just going in, getting to that second special 2. And we really are not worrying about anything. Throw this last special 2 and that'll finish him off. So yeah, Nimrod just shuts down everything in Sauron's kit. All his unblockable, his prowess, his regen. He just takes care of it all. So yeah, here we healed up Captain Marvel movie before we boosted up again. So this is 49 hazard shift with stun immunity. And this is the poison and incinerate, which is much better for her in my opinion since she's immune to poison. So she'll be fully immune, and you can see just all the burst damage. It's just crazy how much unsteady armor gimps her as far as her critical hits and her furies and her berserk phase. So yeah, we're going to bait 2 special 1s out, and that'll do it for the fight. I believe. Yep, we will bait that heavy, and that is the war for me. So we had that sketchy we had the sketchy Arcus fight, which to be honest maybe we should have died to, and then the eye bomb that we got to 7% but just could not finish off. Definitely will not be losing another death there now that I know what's going on. And yeah, looking to do much better than that going forward through wars, trying to figure out this tactic more. And yeah, looking to have as many deathless wars as I can. Get those stinkers out of the way early. And yeah, that'll do it for this war video. I will be doing a war video for sure on the 3rd war, and hopefully many more in this season to come. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good one.